I'm playing Detroit Become Human right now. So that
Ooh.
one, yeah. So, I mean, I haven't quite gotten far into it that yet, but there was like even in the very first scene when they try to beat up the android.
Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus. I can never remember his name
For
because you
being
call
an
him
android.
Husky Eyes, and that's all I know.
His eyes are so blue, I just call him Husky
They're
Eyes.
green, actually.
Whatever.
Thank you very much. He's in Grey's Anatomy. His eyes are green. But I do think that I don't think that that video games can change your worldview, more of open your eyes to things.
Yeah.
Like Matty said, it's more of like when it's showing things and doing things, you're like, wow, that's like pretty bad. And then you're like, oh, that's happening right now in real world.
Yeah.
So I do think it can open your eyes to things. I don't think it can quite change your political view unless if it's opening your eyes to something that like you realize you're against and what you thought you were for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I do think, I guess possibly it can change your worldview, but it has to be done very well. And we've experienced games that really don't do it
right
in the way that would help open people's eyes. They usually, when they market games to be like an extreme view, they're pretty much just marketing to people who are already on that extreme view.
And I think the theme, what we're all saying here, is that I don't think video games can generally sway your votes more than it can sway your moralities.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like games come in such an emotional state where I don't think politics are going to be in place, if that makes sense. I don't think it's going to sway where your vote goes in October, whenever you vote.
November.
November? This is how much I pay attention to politics. But I think it just sways how you treat people. And it's just, especially, I don't know if you got the chance to play this, Matty, Sea of Solitude.
I have not.
Man.
I actually don't even know what that game is.
Oh, man.
Oh, so good.
So when you're done with this, you need to listen to our episode about Sea of Solitude. Give us more views. But that's the thing. It's just Sea of Solitude messed with your morality. I actually couldn't play it in one sitting because it messed with my mind so much. It just made me super emotional. It's all about anxiety, depression, letting people down. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it shapes more your moral stance than it does your political sense. Would you agree, Matty?
Yeah, I'd say so. One really impactful game I played that was pretty just altering emotionally was I almost said We Happy Few. Was Gone Home. To look through the eyes of someone in that experience was really eye-opening and really solidified some perspectives that, you know, I had wavered on a little bit. It was a very, it was one of the most impactful games I've ever played.
Yeah.
That is easily the shining example. You know, I was a 16-year-old kid, I think, at the time, just kind of starting to learn a little bit about the world, and to get that point of view, you know, that's the impact of video games, I feel. But that was a moral thing. You know, I can't think of a game that's ever made me go, I'm going to lean left today, or I'm going to lean right today. You know, like, I've just never had that ever happen. I think politics is more of a culmination, at least in games. I feel like I apply politics to like policies, ways of life, economy, living standards, a set of rules that are enforced, ethics. Like, I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, stories are driven by emotion, so we're more inclined to have a moral takeaway rather than a political one, unless you're deeply searching for it. Or we talked about ham-fisted games or ones where, like with Far Cry 5, it kind of, you know, it got caught in that pretty quickly. I think because of its cover art, I want to say, was what it was that dragged people's attention.
Yeah, I still remember when that game came out, and coming from a Christian perspective, I had so many people like, "Oh, Adam, are you offended by this game?" I'm like, not really, because one, they're cultists, and another thing, it does not affect me in the slightest, just because a game exists.
Yeah.
But no, that's kind of you're right on that. It kind of takes you emotionally, more or less like, oh, I'm going to lean left, I'm going to lean right.
Yeah.
But I think that games are more or less political, and they should be more emotional, and how you treat others. And I don't like how politics today kind of meandered into how you treat people.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter if you lean right, left, or if you're like us in the Green Party.
You should just be a good person. Like,
yeah,
that should be the standard. Be a good person.
Exactly.
Well, the way I just look at it is like, I don't complete BioShock and go like, is Booker a Democrat? I'm like, what happened to Booker? Like, what's going on in this ending? Like, I just, I don't know. I might be different from other people because as you guys have mentioned for yourselves, I'm not super politically involved and I don't play games looking for that. Like I said, I don't play games really looking for anything. I very much have developed into, I like having the game come to me and deliver its message to me. I don't search for things because that can sometimes lead to unintentional disappointment, but I just never found myself thinking those things. I feel like if I were to ever say something like that, it'd be a joke with my friends and I don't think I'd legitimately ever walk away imagining that for a title.
Yeah.